Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Drams, although this will soon be renamed because I believe that tonight we are just going to be chatting. So, Knobolas and TaLin, or Clifton and Adriana, thank you guys for joining tonight. Cheers. And Adriana, you're very fancy with your drink tonight. What are you drinking?
Love the glass.
I was trying. It's a whiskey sour. It didn't come out quite right.
It looks
Normally,
nice.
I think I didn't dry shake it enough with the egg white to get the froth.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's just kind of like weird. But...
Frothy.
Do you do a whole egg white for one drink, or do you do half?
So I don't understand how people split. So I do a whole, and I always make a double. So
Okay.
Nick has the other half of this
That's
waiting
smart.
for me for when I need my refill.
Well, we originally were making it when we would make two of them, we would do two, and it would always be too much. So we've just been doing one egg. But like you said, I do
Yeah.
2 cocktails at once too. But
Yeah.
Nice.
Normally I just have a big glass, but I was trying to fit my character, who I felt like was bougie. So I was like,
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna be in this. But
Yeah,
But,
there was going to be a fun little surprise tonight, and it'll be a surprise next week. And actually, one that's it's something we could totally just talk about. So let me even just back up for one sec. So this'll just kind of be, I like what David said, Dungeons and Diction. So unfortunately,
yeah.
Ed had something last minute come up that was unavoidable, and he was not able to attend. At the moment, where Jason is not here either.
left us on red. He's not responding. He may be here.
So,
We'll see.
yeah, we see like ... right? Yeah. He's probably, oh, there he is.
Okay. We weren't just talking about him or anything.
No, not at all. Hey, Jason.
I heard everything you said.
That's fine. I'm glad I tried to somewhat cover for you at least.
Sorry, I was coming home from my girlfriend's house and fucking accident on 270, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, of course.
Well, that at least makes some sense. Well, now I'm left with the conundrum of whether we play tonight or not.
Why is Ed off now?
It's only like
So-
15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's only 15 minutes. I think we could play. So Ed unfortunately had something that came up that was unavoidable. And he is not going to be able to come. In fact, he left me like a voicemail because he couldn't even take the time to type. So everything's fine, but we'll have to do that. So, all right, let me get Foundry kind of up and going, though, because we had kind of figured that we would just chat tonight, but I would much rather play. I think we certainly could.
Yeah.
And I didn't give away any sort of surprises, so this works out perfect.
You
so
were
why
about
don't,
to tell us all.
I totally was.
Almost.
So why don't the three of you all get into Foundry? We'll make sure that's all working. Unfortunately, the audience here will have to see our pregame, but that's okay. So it won't be the first time. And let me pose the question to the chat. What are you guys all drinking tonight? And for you, Clifton, why don't you let us know?
I felt like you expected an audible response there from the
No,
chat.
I don't know.
It's like,
I get so like I get like flustered when everything goes wrong at the last possible minute.
no, totally
So-
fair.
Yeah.
No, I'm starting out with one I drank recently on a stream that I didn't have high expectations for, but I actually really enjoy for what it is. This Oregon Spirit wheat whiskey. It's 90 proof.
Ooh.
It was a Total Wine like Spirits Direct, so I was like, oh god, I've had some really bad ones, but this one's actually pretty solid. I think it's a good starter for the night. So I got that to start with, and then Bill, you said you might be drinking some Knob Creek later, so I grabbed my Knob Creek store pick once we go up in proof and danger tonight. So
I went with the 9 single barrel. So
nice.
yeah. I was gonna go for the regular, but then I was like, why? Like I have something better.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I don't
Exactly.
have any of the regular. I just have the store pick.
I will also say
I've actually finally finished off my regular, as in 1.75 liter, because that's all I buy of the regular. And I'm very upset because that's my starter bourbon. So another reason for whiskey sour tonight.
that makes sense. You feeling a little better, Jason? You gonna be drinking with us, or are you sipping on some
Yeah, how you
chamomile?
Yeah, whatever I had really freaking kicked my ass. I still have a little residual cough, but other than that, I feel fine.
That's
so I traveling all over the place last week didn't really help me either.
Right.
I went to Oklahoma City, and then I came home. Then I did what did I do after that?
Too many things.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, then I went somewhere else, and then I came home, and then we went to Bourbon on the Banks this past weekend in Kentucky. So
That looked like it was a blast.
I know, I've seen so many photos from Bourbons on Main. I wish I could be there. That just looked like so much fun.
Yeah, so of course, right when I'm starting to feel better, it's like, hey, why don't you travel everywhere? Okay.
Yeah, that's great for your health. Everybody knows
Great
it.
for your health, going on planes and all that fun stuff. So,
Yep.
so yeah, but I feel like I'm starting to level off here, and I kind of took a week off of doing content because I felt like shit, and then I was doing all the traveling, so I'm like, I'm back in it. So with that, just because it's here, I filmed my review for the new Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery Series 11 in here.
Oh,
So,
wow, they're on 11 now. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
and this one, you'll be very excited. Guess what? No Tennessee whiskey in here, no Dickel.
Okay, thank God.
70. This is all Kentucky. It's in whole Kentucky blend. They haven't done all Kentucky since Discovery number 4. So it's good to see them come back and just do an all Kentucky blend. And 73% of the blend is from one of my favorite distillers. Can't say
Wow,
who.
turkey. Oh, whoops. I mean, obviously not.
Let's say mild Furky. Let's say that.
Gotcha.
Mild
Yep.
Furky.
Crazy birds.
Yeah.
Some kind of crazy bird. Got it.
So yeah,
I'll keep an eye out for that batch.
I'll pour this a little bit and get
Cool.
sipping along with you guys.
So Jason, I think the Foundry link has changed again. Every time that they update their version, the links change, which is awesome.
You drop it in the chat.
I put it everywhere.
It's in the chat.
So it's in all the
Oh,
chats.
it's in this chat too. Perfect.
Yep.
I'll click it right now.
All right, and audience, thanks for bearing with us. We're just about ready to go. And for future Bill, who's editing this video, this is about when you should start listening. So I'll go like this.
Hi,
It's easy
future
to
Bill.
EJ is having some Oregon Syrah. He said, Oregon Spirit out of Bend. They have good rye. Interesting. I haven't had the rye. This is just the straight wheat whiskey. I did a bit of a deep dive in wheat whiskey on my stream this past week. So I had the new Bernheim from Heaven Hill. So I'm like, I don't have any wheat whiskey to compare it to. So I went out to Total Wine and spent way too much money. I got a bunch of other wheat whiskeys just to compare it.
Nice.
Just so you know, Bill, your timestamp's about 7 minutes and 10 seconds into where we get started here. So.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, actually, you know what? To make my life a little easier, well, no, I won't do that. I was gonna say, why don't we do an intro, but then we'd have to talk about what we're drinking. Let's just whatever. So, why don't we just jump right into the recap, and then we will go from there. All right. When last we saw Snortimer's soldiers, they were escaping from Erngor Zuik, which was under attack from both kobolds and denizens of the Underdark. They made their way through the Platinum Weave Quarter and over to the Skyway, where they were attacked by vicious brains with legs called Intellect Devourers, hulking creatures with blades for arms called Hooked Horrors, and a number of other creatures all hell-bent on consuming our heroes. Jeez, I called you guys foes. I mean, maybe I'm letting a little something show, I guess. I don't know.
Freudian slip.
A little bit. The group separated from each other. Agnomeio and Alessio rescued some dwarven bear riders from a hook horror. Knobolas got the attention of Magnus Stormbeard, the captain of the Jewel in the Mountain's Crown, and his crew, who were on their way up to the Skyway, to their skyship, and convinced them to give Snortimer's soldiers just 3 more minutes to reach the Skyway. But unbeknownst to anyone, TaLin and Booker were fighting for their lives against a herd of intellect devourers. Fierce as they fought, TaLin and Booker soon succumbed to the creatures as they devoured their intellect and left our heroine and her mastiff stupefied and incapacitated. In just the nick of time, Agnomeio raced over and skewered the remaining monsters, saving TaLin and Booker from a horrible fate, and began dragging them towards the Skyway. Alessio lent a hand as well, and the group made it to the tram. We rejoin our group as they're about to get onto the tram. All right, so is that everything that you guys remember? I don't think I missed anything significant. Cool.
Agnomeio was mad at me because I didn't help. I remember that.
He sure, yeah.
Oh,
he was,
that's right. Yeah.
he was a little mad.
Yeah.
Not here to
Look, he's
finish up
Spanish,
now, so you know what? We'll forget that subplot.
We'll see. So,
Yeah, Knobolas
Knobolas.
was just hanging out by the stairs. What? This is
I
a
know.
nice chair.
Anything. It was smoky in there, guys.
You know, I
Securing our
rewrote
escape.
part of the recap a couple of times to try to indicate exactly how little you were doing. So
I was arranging our escape. I'm sorry. I should have just left without him.
You were just plinking kobolds off the roof with your nipples, like.
He did. He kept the ship here.
I wonder where my
He
friends
was just
are.
distracted by his. He was distracted by his reflection. Okay, that's all.
He was, yes.
Listen, if you know Knobolas, you know he cares about one thing: his nipples.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was looking in the reflection. He's like, "Ooh, these nips looking good tonight."
They are formidable. They are formidable people.
The smoke is doing me favors.
All right. So, as you all, so the entry to the Skyway is a break in the rocks. That's kind of think like a mine entrance, and there's these what do you call them? Like railway kind of going towards it with these things on the left and right to allow heavy moving objects to be loaded onto the tram. So you run through the cave entrance and you enter a long, narrow hallway. Within, you see heavy chains connected to massive wheels, pulled taut. Connected to these chains is a very large, golden-colored metal platform. At the end of the platform is a furnace of sorts that Felicity, the pink-haired gnome that you had kept there, Knobolas, she runs over and she begins the process of igniting or starting or somehow interacting with this tram. You have no idea. She points over to Agnomeio and she says, "You, gnome, come over here and help me." And of course, Agnomeio, he's all for it. So he hands TaLin over to you, Knobolas, for you to carry her. And he runs over. "Ha! I will come help you." So,
Nailed it.
So you now have TaLin on your shoulder, Knobolas. Alessio, you're still carrying Booker, I believe, is how we had this set up. Yep. And in front of you, you see Alicia and Ragnar, the two dwarven nobles. They are running through the entrance to the Skyway, and they're heading over to the tram. So all of you make it over, and Magnus Stormrider, there's just so many names here, I'm trying to get everything out. So Magnus Stormrider, the Bluebeard captain of the Jewel in the Mountain Crown, he yells over to you, Alessio, and Knobolas, and he says, "Half-elf, Eladrin, help out Seraphina carry as many boxes onto the tram as you can." And he comes over, he takes TaLin, starts dragging her, and helps you get both TaLin and Booker onto the tram. So you guys now have this option of helping to load stuff onto the tram. I'd like all three of you to roll 2 separate d20s and let me know what those numbers are. While you're doing that.
Can I use real dice?
You definitely can. So this is going to determine which boxes you guys are able to bring aboard the skyship, assuming that they make the trip up on the tram. And it may impact your voyage. Let me know what the numbers that you rolled are.
4 and 7. 4 and 7.
All right.
Mine are 10 and 19.
I like this camera setup so I can show you I'm not lying.
You don't have to do that. What did you roll, Alessia?
Still.
I have
Also, my dice are prettier than yours.
I have a 19 and a natty 20.
Wow.
All right. Roll one more for me. Roll one more for me, Alessio, as you run over and you're about to grab one, but Knobolas takes it right before you can.
That one was a 7.
Do it again. You rolled the exact same thing. Yeah, I was worried this might happen, but that's okay.
Right.
One more. 13.
Lucky 13.
All right, cool. So between the three of you, Seraphina and Knobolas and Alessio, you're able to get 6 boxes. You're not sure what's in them, and you get them onto the tram. Just as Felicity throws a lever and the tram lurches forward. The chains pulling tight, the tram lifts up off the ground and it moves towards the end of this dugout mining hallway. As you look down, as you're kind of raising off the ground, you see a swarm of cranium rats starting to follow up the chains and heading towards you. But
great.
As they're kind of clumsily making their way up the chains, getting closer and closer, you see at the end of this hallway, as you're kind of raising into the air, it's obscured by a waterfall that's kind of raging over this hole in the side of the mountain. You all cover your heads as you burst through the water, and the rats are knocked off of the chains, and you watch them all tumble several hundred feet down to the ground. Now we are going to go over to... Boom. Oh. Give me a sec. One sec. This is one thing that I would typically have done, but of course did not because we were not ready to play. All right. Come on.
All good.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, look at that.
This actually looks really cool, at least for me.
Thanks.
Fear
Is it
of
showing
height,
up?
I don't know why
like-
this reminds me of when I used to play Phantasy Star.
Yeah,
2.
a little bit. I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like old school probably SNES
Yeah.
graphics.
It's
Yeah,
got like the parallax scrolling in the background. I
that's
love it.
exactly what the mod is called, is parallax.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so you guys are now over the valley in between the a couple of these large mountains, Erngorzuk being one of them, and you're kind of looking out over the vastness, and you see a lot of dwarves kind of exiting out the front gates of Erngorzuk hurriedly, and being chased by various monsters. However, they're shying away from the sunlight. So at the moment, it seems like anybody who's getting out of Erngorzuk is at least relatively safe. But for those that aren't getting out of the mountain, probably much worse. There's smoke billowing out of the chimneys, out of the top of the thing, and you all just kind of look in dumbfounded at this scene before you.
Oh, I feel like shit. Sorry, dwarves.
I don't necessarily feel that bad.
But like, we were there with the Underdark starting, and then like we're just like, bitch, bye. While they deal with the Underdark taking over. Like, that's douchey.
Well,
I actually go over to Mr. Stormbeard and I ask him, why did they attack?
I only have been here for a couple of days, but I know that the kobolds have been unhappy for a while. They serve and they get beaten and they're mistreated. I'm not surprised there was an uprising. I don't think anybody saw the Underdark being let loose upon Erngor. We had protocols in place to deal with the kobolds should they ever do this, but we did not count on that.
Will the Underdark survive the flame within Erngorzuk, or will they get out into the world?
They very well may head out after it gets dark. They don't much like the sun, so it's probably fortunate for us that it's bright out at the moment. But we'll be on the skyship soon enough. We can let the surrounding cities know, and hopefully they can prevent this from getting a whole lot worse.
We're letting surrounding cities know. So are we like releasing pigeons as we go up?
So there's magic to send messages to various places. Also, you're as a skyship, you're able to reach various places. So something
I was just imagining like pamphlets being dropped all over the place.
So
Little flyers.
something to note for the audience at home. So as TaLin and Booker are both incapacitated, I had this idea. I was like, all right, well, maybe you're just going to act really stupid and you can walk around. They're like, no, that's silly. So TaLin tonight is actually going to be playing a different character named Seraphina Shadowdusk. She is a tiefling with crimson red skin and long jet black hair. And she is a sorceress.
Oh, damn.
And she is a member of Magnus Stormrider's crew.
Hence the bougie drink tonight. Because
Okay.
I feel like people who do
bougie. Where did that come
yeah,
from?
like I feel like people who do spells are bougie. So.
Is that her with
That
the
was my
horns
thought.
coming out of
Yes.
her head? Oh,
So
yeah,
the-
that is her. Wow.
So that's Seraphina Shadowdusk. So you are free to play her in any way that you'd like, and canon. Everything you do will be canon.
I think Alessio likes her. She looks dark.
Seraphina
does look
flings
kinda
herself
dark.
off the tram. Yes.
I don't know. I like
you
the horn.
look as dark
Almost
as me.
I'll look like this too.
Hey, darkness.
Hey,
How you
darkness.
doing?
You want to make things darker?
So as you guys are kind of going up, this seems like it's going to be a bit of a long ride. As I mentioned, you guys kind of went through this waterfall, so the tram itself is fairly slick. There's little puddles all over the place, and all of the boxes that you brought on board, Magnus kind of walks over to them and he starts inspecting them. And as he looks, he's kind of opening them up. He says, "All right, we got the navigation chest, so we got our maps, our navigation tools, everything updated. Are you familiar what's going on with Helix? And he got loose again."
Oh, really? I hadn't heard.
Whoops.
The least of our worries is us having to update all of our maps, as some of the cities that were around are no longer here, and things are going to shit. And he says, we'll discuss a little bit more on the boat. Then he opens up another crate. This is aerial flares. So there's a number of colorful flares used for signaling, communication, or an emergency illumination of the sky. And you guys will get a list of all of this for when you're actually on the ship. There's a crate of cannonballs as well, which he says, this is good. Milo will be very happy about this. There's a spare parts bin, which has... That's a good one to get. That will help you if you guys get any damage to the skyship. There's a celestial observation box, which has telescopes, star charts, and a comfortable chair for crew members to sit and look out at the stars. Probably not the most important box to get. A comfortable chair. And then there's
that sounds great.
A skyship library, which is a reinforced box filled with books, scrolls, and arcane tomes, which has information about planar travel and a few other things that we can talk about, navigation, etc. All right, so you guys got a couple of good boxes, a couple of interesting boxes, but they intended on bringing all 20.
I think you're underrating comfy chairs. I'm just saying.
How long is the journey?
Are you the kind of person who brings a chair when you go backpacking?
I hammock camp, so my
true,
hammock is just as comfy as a chair. So
fair enough. Yeah.
See, doubles.
But
when I camp, fuck yeah.
bring a chair to like my nephew's little baseball games. That's about it.
All right. So Magnus he kind of turns away from the boxes and he looks at you guys. He says, "All right. So now that we're all here, we're heading up to the tram." And he walks over to you, Alessio. He says, "I remember you from yesterday after you came flying into the pit and in a giant ball." It was a hell of a thing to see.
Yeah.
And he points down because you guys had all grabbed some balls on your way up on towards the tram. And he looks around and everybody has one on them, and you'll find that is in your inventory. So you guys all have that emergency falling device known as balls, or bounce and live longer system. So
Seraphina's got her balls ready.
I don't even know how to compute that sentence.
You're welcome.
So is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about while you're it's going to be a little while. It's probably like a 5-10 minute long ride. It's a long way up to the next to the other mountain peak.
Like short rest worthy, or Knobolas is taking a hurting from this last time.
Specifically not short rest length.
Okay.
So you're on your way up to the Erngor Skyport, which is atop the next mountain next to Erngor Zuek, and you could see it. And up at the top of the tram, you could see this. It's like a wooden structure, and there's a floating ship there, but it's fairly far away, and detail is hard to see.
Capitan, have we decided on the course for the ship? Do we know where our first stop will be?
Oh, that's. I didn't realize that's the new Seraphina voice.
I figured she should have an accent.
Yeah,
why not have a Spanish one? Capitan.
Capitan.
Mi capitan.
He says, Seraphina, yes, we're going to be heading up to Erngor Kazork, and we're going to go see the king in the mountain there. Let him know about what happened here in Erngor. And then he actually walks up to Ragnar, and he says, Ragnar, I know that you were in a bit of a hurry. Were you able to bring the chalice with you? And Ragnar kind of looks over at Alicia for a minute. He says, I was not able to get the chalice before we left, but there was something going on. Hopefully the chalice is still down in the vault. And Ragnar kind of eyes him a little questioningly, and he says, well, I don't think the king's going to be very happy to hear that, but perhaps we can get back over to Erngor and Zuek and recover it. Either way, I'm glad that you and Alicia were able to make it out alive.
Knobolas let you go talk to Erngor and Alicia, just check in, feel the vibes. How are you two doing?
Which vibes?
don't
Alessia's or Ragnar's?
I'm more concerned about hers, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to check in on them, see how they're doing, see if there's any tension or anything that I can.
Sure. At the moment, I mean, they both seem they're a bit battered. Ragnar actually he doesn't miss an opportunity to brag a bit, and he says he starts talking about how he was able to defeat a couple of those intellect devourers on their way over here, and he saved Alicia from a couple of those controlled dwarves. And Alicia, she looks a little begrudgingly. She's like, yes, you were. We were able to make it here, and all because of you. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh wow, a couple, huh? You guys must have missed my blast where I disintegrated at least 5.
And Alicia looks at your chest and she says, yes, I can tell they're still smoking.
I asked Strongbeard, how long is once we get to the airship, how long is the journey to see the king?
So it's gonna be about a 3.5 day journey, because we have to go around the disintegrated peaks. We gotta kind of go the long way. We're gonna end up going over the dark timberlands, and up north to go see the king.
Any sort of dragons?
Only if we go over the disintegrated peaks. Fireclaw does not take kindly to airships over his home. There's always fire drakes that might be a problem, but we've got Milo up on the ship. He's our gunner, and he's real good at shooting them down. As long as Fireclaw doesn't notice us, then we should be okay.
Fair enough.
And he says, "Do you have any experience on a ship?" And he actually looks around to both Knobolas and Alessio. Sorry, to both of you guys.
TaLin's drooling, so he doesn't bother.
Yeah.
On an airship, for me personally, no. However, we collectively we were at sea at one point, so it may not be an airship, but we have been on a ship at sea.
Fair enough. It's very similar. You end up, you have to do some manual labor, especially if you're planning on sailing on my ship. I'm happy to take you with us, given the circumstances. Maybe we could discuss coin if you can't work. But and he stares over at TaLin, who, as you mentioned, is drooling on the ground. He says, if you can't work, maybe we can figure something out. But for the moment, consider yourselves guests of mine, and we'll settle it up later. And he actually points over to TaLin and says, what exactly happened to her?
Well, her brain was infiltrated by one of those brains with legs.
The devourers, yes. We have a shipboard. Our cook actually is a bit of a healer as well, and could probably at least make her feel back to herself, even if she needs a day to recover.
Yeah,
And her little dog too.
We'll need her and Booker back as soon as we can make that happen.
I'm sure, we'll attend to any critical injuries, assuming, and he looks around. Nobody's actually that hurt at the moment. He says, hopefully there are none, but then we'll attend to her. She seems fine for the moment.
In the meantime, our crew will be happy to assist you to the king to get there safe. And I'm especially looking forward to getting to know Seraphina a little bit better.
Seraphina is tying TaLin and Booker to the side just to make sure they don't wander around and get in the way.
No, it's not a bad idea. So
you could drool and don't fall. Thank you.
She's like, I've seen this before, Capitan. You gotta tie him or they'll fucking get in the way, I tell you.
All I can think of is, I am Puss in Boots.
I am Puss in Boots.
Awesome. All right, so at this point, you guys are kind of talking and doing whatever, and what you fail to see is some of the puddles that are on the tram start to form almost as if they're moving on their own, and some of the water's collecting, and they're all kind of gathering right in the center of the water of the tram here, and you see a hand stick out from the water, and this is a green colored scaly rotting hand, and a head pops out next, which is the head of a dragonborn. And from the water, you see Vutha, the drowned, emerge from the puddle along with 2 skeleton warriors. And he says, Alessio, you thought that you could escape, but you can never escape me. And I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, for
This
F's
guy's
Is
sake.
this like a normal airship
Yeah.
thing, or is this like a?
For the sake of this, so Serafina, Alessio, and Knobolas, you guys will be involved in the combat. Agnomeio would, but since he's not here, he's going to be helping out with the furnace, so he's not going to be involved with the combat.
Great.
Ragnar and Alicia may join in, but we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and roll some dice.
Also, to clarify, so Seraphina is a tiefling.
Correct.
So she's not part of the Goldbeard's crew or whatever, right? Like, or
She's not-
Platinum Weave or any of them.
Correct.
Right?
She
just works
is-
for the airship company.
Exactly. She is with Magnus Stormbeard. Or sorry, Stormrider.
Cool. So I don't give a shit about Ragnar and his bullshit, right?
Not particularly, but like this is not your first time in Erngor Zuek. You are familiar with him. I would say you probably care more about his survival than you do these random people who just showed up on the tram.
Well, he just seems like an arrogant dick. Like, I'm just saying.
And it's up to you. Like I said,
100%.
however you
I'm not
play
saying
this.
I'm against him. I'm just saying. You know,
All right.
I've seen those kind of guys before.
So up first is Alessio.
I can't believe this guy's back. This is nuts. Okay.
I love that the bad guys did just as badly / worse than I did in initiative.
Oh man. All right. I'm going to. Oh man. I don't know if I want to get too close here, but I'm gonna move up a little bit and say, "You just can't get rid of me, can you? You like me, don't you, Vutha?
I just can't quit you.
You can't quit me, can you?
Fitting with the mountains in the background.
I know, right?
Right?
All right. So since he kind of came up from water,
Mhm.
and all 3 of them are staying there, I'm going to use my daily dose of Javelin of Lightning here.
So you've already used it for today.
I'm so out of spells. Like I'm.
When did I use it? Oh, in the previous
so
fight.
In the
actually-
previous fight, you
Technically,
killed like 3 at once.
You've actually used it twice today, but I let the second one go because I kind of didn't catch it either. So
got it.
it's very tapped.
It's very tapped. Son of a beach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What in the hell can I use? Let me go with.
And Knobolas, you're on deck.
Yeah. Let me. You know what? I'm going to use my Thunder Wave. See if I can knock these guys off the damn platform.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I hit it, they'll be pushed back 10 feet.
Yep. So you need to be right next to them in order to do that. Just so you understand.
Okay, so I'll get.
And yes, you do still have some slots. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let me use Thunder Wave.
All right. So I believe I have to roll a saving throw against that, which is con saving throw against something. So go ahead and like click on it and use your slot and all that stuff. So they have to roll a 14 con saving throw. All right. So this is going to hit Vutha and one of the heavy skeletons.
Okay.
So con saving throw for Vutha is going to be a 23. So that'll save. So I believe it takes half damage and doesn't get pushed back, right? On a successful, half damage and isn't pushed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So the heavy skeleton, how far does it push? 10 feet. All right. So
10
the heavy skeleton ends up getting pushed back. He is still technically on the platform. Vutha takes how much damage? Sorry, this thing is like not the friendliest thing to read. It didn't roll damage when you did that.
Let me roll damage then.
Just
sorry.
roll 2d6. Yeah. Or 2d8. Sorry, 2d8.
Yeah, 2d8. Hold on a second. What was that?
All right, so Vutha, after raising from the ground, or from the tram as if out of thin air, yelling at you and summoning these two heavy skeletons, you race towards him bravely, and you just explode in thunder, and Vutha stands his ground, but he does take 5 damage, and the heavy skeleton takes 10 damage. The heavy skeleton, actually, you could tell it really rattled him a bit. He looks...
Well played.
He looks like he's taken some pretty heavy damage.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, obviously, I'm going to use my my whatchamacallit, my reaction to kind of get out of there.
Okay. So you weren't close enough, so you don't have to use your like you could just move. So that's okay. So you're all good. All right.
All right.
Knobolas, what are you doing? You're currently right next to Ragnar and Alicia. If anything, you're basically guarding them with your body, and Ragnar is kind of inching behind you a little bit. He's trying not to be obvious about it, but honestly, he's pushing Alicia just a little bit out of the way so he can get more behind you. You don't think anybody but Alicia notices, but you notice. What are you doing?
I'm gonna turn back behind her, just look at her and say, "Don't worry, I'll protect you," and then I'll run forward.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so I'm gonna run like here. I'm gonna target the skeleton that's like near the edge.
Okay.
And since I don't have any spell slots available, I guess I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast because there's nothing else I can do. So.
Fantastic. All right, so he has a high
smoking and everything.
So he has a very high AC. So 16 will not hit. Your Eldritch Blast actually bounces off of this armor that he's wearing as it kind of gleams, and the Eldritch Blast flies off into one of the mountain peaks in the distance. It actually goes quite a way. You have good staying power, Knobolas. So.
Damn.
I have good range. All right.
And after getting hit with this blast, you see him. He grips one of these handrails on the side.
Oh, come on. All right. You know what? I'm gonna try to be even more powerful. I'm gonna charge up the other nip and go for another one.
Yeah.
I'm a firing my lasers.
18?
18 will hit. All right.
Yes.
All right.
So, go ahead and roll damage. And because he was holding on to that railing, a 10 will not kill him, but let's see if he goes flying off or not. I'm going to let him make a strength saving throw. If he rolls above, let's say a 15, I'm going to let him hold on rather than getting blasted off. All right, so a 22 will definitely do it. So this skeleton, he basically goes flying, but he's holding on to this thing, and he kind of lands, but he's hanging off the side. He's gonna have to use a good chunk of his movement to get back onto the tram. So you know, it wasn't without merit. All right, anything else, Knobolas?
No, I'm just gonna back up. I don't like being in the front over here. I'm gonna hang out back over here.
Sure. All right. Keep track of how much movement you use, because I'm not going to pay attention to that, but I think you're good. All right, so up next is the skeleton that you just blasted. So he's going to use half of his movement, which he has a 30-foot movement speed, so he's going to climb his way back on. And he is going to, let's see, he's going to kind of shamble up towards you guys, but he's not going to make it. However, another combatant is going to enter the fray here. This is a strange... It's another rotting skeletal corpse. There's a little bit more skin on it, a little bit more substance to it. He's got this long bow on his back, like a bow and arrow. He's got this long white hair, and he emerges again from the ground. All right, Seraphina, you are up.
Okay. This seems like a shitty situation. So, Seraphina is going to cast... Oh, where'd it go? Mirror Image on herself.
Okay.
So that basically it creates like duplicates, 3 duplicates of me.
Yep.
So that they won't know which of me to attack. And like they'll all duplicate exactly my actions and stuff. So they won't know which one of me to attack, and they could be attacking the wrong one.
How many does it make?
3 of me.
It makes 3 more of you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there are now, I'm not sure how it's going to do with the movement as you move around, but we'll figure it out. So at the moment there are now, so Seraphina casts the spell, and you just multiply. You see kind of they slide out from her, and she's now surrounded by herself. Which Alessio,
I was like, how does Alessio feel? That's
it's a little
exactly what I was
intriguing, I would assume.
Right. And so she is. I was doing my measurement thing. Yeah. So her and all of her little duplicates move over basically to be kind of in front of. Is in blue Magnus?
Yes.
Storm Rider. Yeah,
Correct.
she's kind of trying to protect her captain.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let's see. Boom. All right, are you doing anything else?
That is the end of my turn. I can't figure. I'm still figuring out this character. So.
That's okay. You actually don't have any bonus actions, so that makes sense.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find. I was like, it doesn't look like I have any bonus actions.
I actually
so, okay,
I had
makes
to
sense.
look. All right, up next is Vutha the Drowned. So Vutha, he is going to actually he's gonna grab the skeleton next to him, and he's gonna basically drag him in front of himself as kind of a shield. But he is going to, I believe this is within 30 feet. I just want to make sure that you're close enough. Yep. So he's going to target you, Alessio. I should have had this charge, so ignore the rolls. Okay. He is going to cast Aquatic Torment at you, Alessio. So he's going to, he's going to do it at you, and he's going to target the two Seraphinas. I actually forget which one you are. So I think you're this one. I'll put a thing on this just so whatever. You're degenerating now for some reason. All right. He's going to target these three right here. And each target must make a con saving throw. So go ahead and make a con saving throw, Alessio. And Seraphina, you can roll 2 con saving throws, please.
14.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. So that does not succeed. Seraphina, you rolled a 13 plus what? So you rolled a 14 and an 11. All right. So all three of you fail. So you're going to take 14 damage.
Well, I'm using my uncanny dodge.
Okay. Yep. So just half all damage, correct? It's not just dexterity. Okay, cool.
Yep, just half damage.
All right. So you're going to take 7 points of damage, and the 2 Seraphinas are going to disappear. Because I believe if they take any damage whatsoever, they disappear. And you are currently, Alessio, incapacitated until the start of Vutha's next turn due to excruciating pain. So you basically have water is being forced into your lungs, and you feel your lungs start to swell. And it's, of course, the only thing you can concentrate on. You're taking some damage, and you're incapacitated. All right. Vutha is going to use some more of his turn to actually he's going to stay there behind the skeleton at the moment. Up next is another heavy skeleton. So he is going to charge towards you, Alessio, as basically killing you is the only thing this character cares about.
All right, guys, this is where I die.
No!
So because you're incapacitated, his attack with the greatsword is going to have advantage. So he's going to roll with advantage.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Sorry. All right, so it was a 23 to hit, and then a 19 to hit. So it gets a multi-attack. So he is going to do 12 damage plus an additional... Oh, I'm sorry. I actually rolled that wrong. It is advantage anyway, so I'm sure it's going to hit, but just in case I crit, because that matters.
You're evil.
I'm not evil. I'm perfectly awesome. All right, so you're going to take 12 and 9. So you're going to take 21 points of damage, Alessio.
Christ.
Oh.
As this heavy skeleton is in your face right now.
I love how Bill brings these giant fucking powerful beasts after we just did a whole fight in the cave. They didn't have time to rest.
Right? No chill.
Wait,
So
how much total?
21.
Jesus. Okay,
So-
7 points of hit points left. Great. And I'm incapacitated.
And you're incapacitated.
Guys, you guys better fucking roll and beat these assholes.
Yeah.
So at this point, seeing what's happening to you, and these guys are clearly a risk to this tram, Magnus is going to enter the fray. So Magnus is going to charge down towards you, Alessio, and he's going to attempt to save you against this heavy skeleton. And our awesome music just stopped, so let me get that back on. Boom. Okay, so He is going to use his Warhammer against this heavy skeleton. And he's going to make an attack. With it's going to be an 8, which is not going to hit. He's going to take another attack with his Warhammer, which is going to be a 21, and that will hit for 5 points of damage. All right, so he kind of rushes over. He's actually going to knock you out of the way, Alessio. So you're going to move 5 feet over to the side, and he's going to replace... Sorry, he's got this move, it's called bait and switch, where he grabs you and, like, switches with you. So you're now not directly in front of the skeleton anymore, but you're 5 feet away. So he is engaging with this guy, swings his Warhammer, and does some pretty significant damage to the center of his body. After that is this new combatant, the one with the white hair. He takes the bow off of his back. At the moment, he cannot get a good shot at you, though, Alessio, because the heavy skeleton is in the way. But he can target this Seraphina, which, if I remember correctly, is the one that is you. I'm sorry, that's not how that works. Actually, I think you have to roll to see if I actually hit you. Correct? Sorry, it's been a little while since I've dealt.
Actually, yeah.
We'll deal with the first 2 that I killed off. We'll just go with that, but double check that cool. Spell while I'm attacking you. So this creature is called a wight. Think like White Walkers, right? So it is going to take its longbow off of its back. It's going to knock an arrow, and it's going to take a shot at you, Seraphina. Rolling a 11 to hit, which I don't believe hits you.
Yeah, that doesn't hit a duplicate plus your... Yeah, so either way, it doesn't hit because my duplicate's AC equals 10 plus my dexterity, and then mine is 12.
Okay.
So either way, it would be like a 13 or a 12.
All right, excellent. So it shoots, it misses. The arrow actually, it goes right through your clone, and it's like a flicker, and it just launches off the side of the tram. All right, up next is Alessio. So you're incapacitated at the moment. You can't do anything until Vutha's next turn. Sorry. Knobolas, you're up.
All right. Well, great. I'm gonna target Vutha. I'm gonna go ahead and step forward just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna Eldritch. Wait, hold on. That guy's still not dead. That same skeleton?
Correct. He is not dead. He is very mangled at the moment.
Okay. Might as well. I'm gonna take my first shot at him because why not?
All right.
28. I assume that hit.
28 will definitely hit.
And 11 damage.
All right. So 11 damage. So and he gets pushed back 10 feet. Yep. So he's actually going to barrel because of the angle that you hit him. He's going to barrel into this wight. And because of the way this is going to work.
Go ahead. I was targeting the
Oh,
skeleton.
you were hitting the other guy. I'm sorry. Yep. All right. So either way, that's going to just completely destroy him. So you blast him, and the body just goes flying off of the side, and disappears down into one of these gullies here, shattering upon the rocks.
The bones are going to scatter, so people won't find him and won't trace it back to me.
Say that again.
I said the bones are going to scatter. He's going to fall apart as he falls, so they can't trace it back to me and like recover the body or anything.
Bingo. Yep. Sure.
Right.
Why not? Sure. Why not? That's how undead work.
That's some Dateline shit right there.
All right. I'm going to use my other Eldritch Blast on Vutha. So.
Okay. All right. Go for it. Vutha the Drowned. Oh. A 13 will not hit. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A 13 will hit. Because apparently, since Vutha is undead and basically his whole thing is coming out of it, like he doesn't actually wear any armor. He's wearing clothes, but he's not armored. So you're gonna do 8 points of damage to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him back like you said originally into the.
All right, perfect. So you're gonna push him back, and I'm gonna have him basically hit this wight. The wight is gonna make a strength saving throw against basically being barreled over. Let's see what happens. That's not going to do it. So a 6 isn't going to do it. So the wight's going to get pushed back another 5 feet, and I'm going to knock him prone. Vutha is a large, not technically large, but he is a big creature. So hitting into this other undead who's fairly skinny, I'm not against basically knocking him over. Cool. All right. Anything else?
I'm just gonna use Dark One's Blessing to give me some hit points back.
Cool. All right. Also, don't forget to give yourself some temporary hit points for killing that skeleton.
That's what that was for.
That's what it is. Okay, sorry. All right, so up next is Vutha. It is Vutha's turn. Let me just double check that spell I cast
Am
on
I
you,
not in
Alessio.
the lineup anymore? I don't know where I would be, but I don't see myself.
Oh, you know what it is? It's because since I killed off one of your people. Where were you originally? Do you remember?
I just remember that I was.
I'll put you after Knobolas. That's fine. You can go.
Okay.
You can go now. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. I just had luck to see. Okay, so it's Vutha and the white over there. There was one thing I wanted to check. Was it Tides of Chaos?
Yes.
Which is the one that gives me better luck. Yeah. Tides of Chaos gives me advantage on a roll and is not an action, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a feature of yours.
And I can only do that once? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to get advantage on this roll because Vutha and the white, who both seem brutal. Sorry if there's any background noises. Nick's pouring me my other whiskey sour.
Anyone else?
Is she what? Oh.
My
videos.
camera keeps...
That's all right.
Yeah, my camera keeps being stupid.
Yeah, do your turn and then do your camera. Yep.
Yeah. But,
Technology.
Right. But since those two are grouped together, they seem mega evil, and I'm worried about mi capitan.
Mm-hmm.
I am shooting a fireball.
Ooh.
Third level spell.
And
I'm doing it 5 feet above deck so that the deck isn't on ground. This is an open top thing. Yeah?
Correct, yes.
We're in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah. Advantage with my thing and casting fireball.
Okay. All right, so you're going to... Yep, so cast your fireball. It'll let you place a marker, and then it'll kind of do its thing.
Ooh, my. Oh, I don't want to get our boxes.
All right, so saving throw, it needs to be a dex saving throw of 14. So for Vutha, he's going to do that, and then so is the white. Vutha rolled a 4, and the white rolled a 10. Nice. All right, so on that point, make a dexter. Target takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save. All right, so roll your damage.
Yeah, buddy.
Woohoo.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, fireball's great.
I've heard it in like other things, and I'm like, that looks intense.
I want fireball. That's amazing.
Wait,
yep,
it's 8d6.
Yes. So you did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
31 points of damage. So here's the thing. Vutha, he gets hurt, but he doesn't take quite as much damage as you would think he should.
Motherfuckers resistant to fire is so annoying.
He did drown. He's
oh yeah, he's waterlogged.
Yeah, so he's gonna take 16 points of damage. The white, however, is gonna take the full 31. Although
how's he looking?
I'm a little surprised he's not. No, he's hurt, but he's not dying.
Yeah, I don't see any little droplets. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Anything else?
That's that. Yep, that's it. That's it for me.
Right. So Vutha is going to he's going to recover from this. He's going to kind of like wipe some of the cinders off of his slightly singed clothes, and he's going to raise his hand to the sky, and 4 skeletons are going to crawl out from underneath all 4 sides of this tram. There's some on the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. And they are going to join the fray.
Coño carajo!
So these skeletons, they kind of clamber up the sides of the tram. One of them is next to Ragnar. One's next to TaLin. The other one is kind of near him, and there's another one near him. So that's going to be his action, but he is going to move his full movement to get up here, closer to Magnus, but on his way up to you, Alessio. All right, up next is the heavy skeleton. The heavy skeleton is currently engaged with Magnus, so he's going to make a multi-attack with his greatsword. He does not get advantage on this one because he's not flanking. All right, so the first one misses. He takes this big, wide, arcing greatsword attack and fails. The 14, however, I can't see. 14 is also going to miss. So he's just taking these big sweeping edge things, but he's a lot taller than this dwarf, and I think they're just kind of passing right over his head. All right. Up next is Magnus, who has no such qualms with being tall, or no such disadvantage of being tall, I should say. And he's going to take his warhammer and take another swing at this skeleton, the heavy skeleton right in front of him.
I enjoy a world where it's a disadvantage to be tall.
I said that just for you.
That brings me joy.
So the 15 is not going to hit either. He's going to take another swing with his warhammer. This one's going to hit.
Ooh.
All right, so 24 to hit. He's going to do 11 points of damage to this heavy skeleton. And the heavy skeleton...
Go, Magnus, go, Magnus, go, Magnus, go.
All right, cool. I was just making sure he wasn't vulnerable to bludgeoning. He is not. So heavy skeleton took quite a bit of damage. Actually, one of his pauldrons shatters and falls to the ground. As it hits the ground, you see it disintegrate into water and just kind of sit there on the floor of the tram. All right, up next is one of the skeleton on the top right. It's going to climb over the top, and it's going to take an attack at Ragnar, being the closest one to him. With his short sword, just this nasty, rusty, marked up short sword. Not going to hit, however. Magnus has this gleaming golden breastplate, which as it gets hit with a sword gets deflected off, and the scrape along his chest plate, it appears for a minute and then just kind of welds itself shut and completely disappears. And that's going to be it. The skeleton's going to use the rest of his movement to kind of get a little bit more on the tram. Next skeleton, at the bottom left, he is going to use his full movement to kind of get into the fray next to Magnus Stormrider. He is gonna take his attack action with his short sword against Magnus, who has a 16 to AC. So that one's gonna hit for 7 points of damage. All right, so suddenly Magnus finds himself surrounded by skeletons. Not a great position to be in, and we'll see how that plays out. Up next is the skeleton next to you, TaLin, and this skeleton's going to crawl over the side, look down at you, and see your body laying on the ground. Heart still very clearly alive, and he's going to take his sword, and he's going to try to plunge it into you.
What? No. I don't even look yummy.
Dude,
like,
what?
I look...
So...
What a waste of your time, skeleton.
So, something to know is that although you are incapacitated, so he's going to have advantage on this attack, but you're not dead. Huh. You still have 29 hit points. So maybe this gives
I can take a hit.
Something else to maybe concentrate
on. Not for
on.
long.
All right, so a 15, but I keep forgetting how to roll advantage. I think you have to hold control, is it? I don't know. Either way, a 15 will hit, so he's going to do 7 points of damage to you. So
he's going after me, not Booker.
He's going after you, not Booker.
I'll take that.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take
All right,
that.
and then up last is another skeleton who is going to make his way up to you, Knobolas, and kind of get in your face and swing his short sword at you. All right, there we go. I figured out how to roll. Disadvantage. Very, very good, Bill. Either way, a 10 would not do it. So he takes his short sword, swings at you, does not hit. All right. Up next is the white that's down towards the back. It is going to spend half of its movement getting up from prone, so that's exciting. And he's going to use some more of his movement to kind of get up on top of this box. No, he's going to get in front of the box. That way, if he gets pushed, he will stop at the box, or at least tumble over it. And he, knowing that you just blasted him, I believe, Knobolas, right? He's going to attempt to take a shot at you. This is one of those cases where if he rolls a natural 1, he's probably going to hit the other skeleton rather than you. But he's going to use a life drain attack. So you see... Oh.
In fairness, Seraphina attacked him more recently than Knobolas did.
You're right, with the fireball. All right, so we'll do that instead.
Yeah.
I actually... reach 5 feet. Oh, okay, never mind. The life drain is not... That's right. When I did this the last time, I actually homebrewed it to have the arrows have life drain on it. So you got lucky that I just made shit up in a previous campaign, and I thought it was the way it worked. He is going to take a longbow attack at you, Seraphina. And you'll have to roll to see if he hits you or your duplicate. Either way, he doesn't hit you because it rolled a 10, so that sucks.
Oh yeah, doesn't matter.
I'm not going to give him advantage because you're not actually engaged with that skeleton that was attacking Knobolas. So, end of his turn. Alessio, you are up. You are conscious. You're not incapacitated. You are alive. And what are you doing other than bleeding all over the place?
Oh, God. I don't even know. What's happening?
Do you have any healing potions?
Maybe
or anything?
healing potions? Yeah.
Actually, I think I do. Yeah, I have a potion of healing. I have two of them.
So something to remember, this just doesn't come up a lot, so I'll remind you in the audience. So if you want to use your bonus action to take it, then you can roll for the healing. If you use your full action to take it, you can take the max healing that the potion gives you.
I'll just use it as my main action. I'll take the max healing.
Cool. All right, cool. So you chug, what kind of healing potion are you doing?
Just says potion of healing.
Okay, so that's
two d4 plus 2 hit points.
okay, so you're gonna get 10 hit points back.
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah, so 10.
Well, so you don't
because you're doing the full action, you don't have to roll for it, so
Yep.
you get the full 10.
Oh, well, that's
You got the best
disappointing. Okay.
Well, you have 10 more hit points now.
This
You're not on the
crazy
verge of
expensive
death.
though. Yeah.
Now you do have. So you used your full action. Do you have anything that you can do with a bonus action that would be worth doing? I actually don't know. I'm just asking.
No, I can only really dash, disengage, or hide.
Okay. So you have your Shadow Blade.
What's that?
You have Shadow Blade. Oh no, you don't have any spell slots left. Never mind. I like this. You guys have never actually been in
evil.
You've never been in a situation where you were actually not just like gonna kill everything I throw at you. All right, Knobolas, or if you want to take any movement, Alessio, feel free. But Knobolas, you're up.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
Okay.
This skeleton bro in front of me, like, it looks like he's wearing like a metal armor. Is that
Yes.
accurate?
So he's wearing, it's kind of like armor made of extra bone. So he's bone skeleton boy wearing bony armor. But you don't know how important that is.
What is it? Metal?
No, it's made of bone. And I'm suddenly very happy that I made that decision.
All right. I don't have any kind of disadvantage because he's this close to me doing a ranged attack, do I?
You would with your Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just-
I'll go ahead and just do the shocking grasp then.
Okay. Yeah, because it's a ranged spell attack, so it would have disadvantage. All right. So you're gonna do your Shocking Grasp.
So I'm gonna
All right.
roll 2d8. Well, let's.
Okay. And is there a save or does it just suck?
11.
On a hit. So your attack was 11, which will not hit him.
Whiskey.
Risky whiskey.
Woohoo!
All right, let's try that again. Oh, come on!
Natural
Hey, did that even actually roll though? It doesn't show up on the thing.
one.
I may have clicked the wrong button.
I mean, you tell me. I don't know what it was
I clicked attack in the same column that was there before. So let me try it again. If it does the same thing, then oh shit, never mind. Okay,
All right.
never mind.
So
I missed.
oh, it replaced the other one. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, well,
was.
at least you got to drink some whiskey. All right, so you shocking grasp and you grab him, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't work. Whatever. Okay, anything else, Knobolas?
I mean, no, that was embarrassing, but no.
All right, Serafina, you're up.
Okay. So me and my little dupe over here are gonna move to the other side of this white so that Magnus and I are flanking it. kind of
Okay,
thing.
so that's just a regular skeleton. But yep.
Oh yeah, whatever that guy is that's next to Magnus.
All right. So hold on. So as you're moving, I mean, we can
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. You would have gone around the back of him, so you wouldn't get any opportunity attacks. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just pulled it over that way.
Sure.
But, so I think Fireball's the only thing I have that does any damage.
That shouldn't be the case.
I mean, a dagger.
Oh. Hold on one sec.
But I can't Fireball him because I would hurt others.
That's an oversight on my side. I just gave you another. Let me give you one more thing here. I meant to actually meant to give this character more. I wasn't planning on you playing her originally, so she has a certain set of skills. But I just gave you a cantrip called Firebolt, which is basically a bzz, thing. So.
Yeah, like low level, not quite Fireball thing. Okay,
what
perfect.
I'm more upset about is you're not drinking Fireball while casting Fireball. That is an absolute.
Oh, I cannot.
I mean, nobody
stand
should ever drink
Fireball as a
Fireball.
thing.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
I may or may not have some in the freezer. It's okay. I'm not firing it.
I love the shelf turrets, but I can't drink Fireball. It's so gross.
I like it. I'm sorry.
Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to cast Firebolt at this standard skeleton. Whoa, that was harder to say than I thought.
Standard skeleton.
After
I hope
a couple of whiskey sours.
So what I would suggest since you were
You're so
since you were moving anyway, you should probably all right. So you cast it at the wrong character. It's fine. Since you're a caster, and I know this is kind of your first time being a caster, being right up next to the thing that you're trying to hit is going to give you a disadvantage, as well as you are squishy, and if they try to attack you, they're probably going to hurt you. So you did just move. If you want to move to somewhere else,
so I could be like over here.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gotten there in a wide arc. That would be okay. That's probably more realistic.
Would that be better?
Yep, I think that's better. So you rolled a 24 for your attack with a firebolt. So go ahead and roll damage, and this is against this regular skeleton that you said.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just 4.
All right, so you're gonna do 4 points of damage. That's definitely gonna hit. It's gonna do 4 points of damage, and he is currently focusing on Magnus. So you hit him in the back, and you kind of singe his little bony armor a bit, but he's not really paying attention to you at the moment.
Okay. Cool, that's it for me.
And I'm going to throw one more spell on you that I also think would make sense for her to have.
Okay.
It's a level 1 spell. You can check that one out.
This makes me think that Bill is really worried about us by just throwing, you get more spells.
Well, he just made it like, I chose at the last second to do this, and it was like, oh, wait, I only have one damage spell, and it's the biggest.
The way so this character specifically has spells that would make sense to have on a airship. And so that's why she didn't really have any, attack stuff, but that's not fair to Adriana, so I'm okay with this. Anyway, up next is Vutha. So Vutha, now seeing Alessio completely being blocked from his view. So he's going to attempt to recharge his Aquatic Torment, but that doesn't mean he's going to use it quite yet. I also forgot he has legendary actions. So Vutha, being a little pissed off at the moment, he's going to move over to you, Alessio. He's going to use an attack called Drown. Let's just see what happens here. So a 17 to hit.
That is rude.
So this is going to be a 17 to hit, which
Was
will
that
hit
on
you.
Alessio?
That's on Alessio, yep. Is Jason alive down there? All right.
Yeah, I'm just watching me, waiting for me to get killed.
It's 20 damage. Holy shit.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
So Vutha is going to come over to you, and he is going to... he's basically going to form his fist into just a big glob of water, and he's just going to pound you with it, kind of freezing it right before it hits, so that it does this extra cold damage. So he's doing 28 points of damage, but you have to succeed on a DC 15 saving throw, or take or become grappled. So roll a con saving
roll
throw.
at least a 15.
Constitution. Yep.
You haven't risky whiskeyed yet, though, so you got that.
Yeah, I love how he makes it fucking 15. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, great. 3. I'll do it. Risky whiskey.
I love it. Jason gets so mad.
It's fucking impossible. It's ridiculous.
It's
okay.
not impossible. All right.
Dude, you
Oh,
played
no.
the entire ship with 16 people, and Agnomeio wasn't even playing.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So,
I'm dead.
no,
Get
you're.
over with.
Do you still have uncanny dodge?
Yeah.
So you should use uncanny dodge. Then you'll
Okay.
take half damage. You are going to be grappled because you failed your con saving throw. And you're going to be you're going to start suffocating.
Incapacitated again?
Nope, you're just suffocating, which you're grappled, and on your turn you can try to escape by rolling a 14 strength saving throw.
Like you said, am I incapacitated? No, you're just suffocating. Like that was just like, totally
Yeah,
right.
like that's better.
So you're gonna take 14 points of damage, which puts you down to 3 hit points at the moment. I hope your friends are able to help you. Vutha
Not at the rate they're rolling tonight. Jesus.
Wow.
If I'm just trying to think through the logic. If something is like drowned and it's all soggy, and so it's resistant to fire, it just did a freezing thing, so it's probably or at least not extra susceptible to cold. Like electricity, would that be the thing?
I don't know.
Anybody have that?
I mean, I do have shocking grasp, but that's officially it's if their armor's made out of metal, but I don't.
Yeah,
know.
and I can't use the javelin of lightning.
Yeah, that one's done.
I will tell you that it's not Pokemon. Most things are not actually vulnerable to stuff. Most things are they have like an immunity or a resistance to things, but they don't usually have a vulnerability to things.
So, but like most things only have a resistance to one thing. Yeah.
If they, no, not at all. Like Vutha has
So
resistance.
you could be resistant to a bunch of things.
Vutha has resistance to like 5 things.
He's a soggy bitch. What?
And I'll tell you, I'm not well. So I'm homebrewing Vutha a little bit, but he's based off a creature called a Revenant, which is specifically a hard creature to kill. So
I hate
all right.
that.
So Vutha is staring at you and enjoying watching you suffocate. Heavy Skeleton is up next. He's going to attack Magnus with his greatsword. Let's try Alt and see if that does advantage. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
They're gonna get hugged enough as a child.
So even with advantage, he does not end up hitting Magnus. But he's going to do his multi-attack with his greatsword. Let's see if he hits this time. He rolls a natural 20.
No.
For 15 points of damage against
on
Magnus. Yes. So at this point,
My boo.
Magnus is going to yell out for help. And another combatant is you actually saw him fly away at the start. There was an Aarakocra who went up to go alert the skyship of what was happening.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
see him come over and he lands on the tram. And so TaLin Windrider is going to join the battle. All right, so and he's actually
I
going
like
to
that we have TaLin and then we have TaLin. who's
TaLin,
totally
yes.
not
Actually, I didn't even think about that. You're totally right. All right, so TaLin, sorry.
Sorry.
All right. The Heavy Skeleton is done. Magnus is up next. Magnus is going to... What would he want to do? So he already did his little bait and switch with you, so he can't do that again. He is probably just going to attack this. He's going to attack this Heavy Skeleton that keeps beating on him. There's really nothing else that would make sense. However, you're suffocating, so he's not going to get advantage. All right, natural 20 against the Heavy Skeleton. All right, so he is going to do 7 points of damage, which is enough to kill this Heavy Skeleton. So Heavy Skeleton is going to drop to the floor, crumbling into a bunch of bones that then disintegrate into water. So he is no longer on the battlefield. All right, up next is TaLin Windrider. Oh, geez, adult dating
Ooh,
check.
God, we haven't had one of those
You know
in
what?
forever.
Yeah, if you guys could take care of
Oh,
that.
God, don't worry, Bill.
Oh, it's been a long time, yeah.
All right, so as part of TaLin coming onto the tram, he's going to continue to fly, and he's going to do a dive attack at Vutha. He's kind of observing this whole thing. He sees what's going on. He's going to do a dive attack. And if he's flying and dives at least 30 feet straight towards a target and hits it with a melee weapon attack, the attack deals an extra 10 damage to the target. So he's going to attack it with his talons first, which was kind of like a melee attack. 15, which will hit Vutha. So he's going to do 20 points of damage. And then he's going to peck at him with his beak as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
loving
20 to
TaLin.
hit. It's going to do 1 piercing damage. That's pretty shitty. Oh, well. That's all right. He goes to bite it with his beak, but then realizes all just disintegrating flesh. It's kind of gross, and he backs off. So, if you survive this next round, he'll be able to help you out, Alessio. But we'll see what happens. All right, up next is the skeleton attacking Ragnar. So he is going to make an attack towards Ragnar. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Let's do this one instead. He's going to swing his short sword. A 10 is not going to hit. Boy, these skeletons kind of suck, huh? At this point, Alicia and Ragnar are going to join the fray as well, because they're very much involved.
I was like, how are they not even fighting? They're literally
Well,
like
so they were Ragnar got hit or immediately, or I think did. Alicia and Ragnar were kind of surprised, so now they're entering the combat. Up next is the second skeleton, which is the one next to Magnus. So he's going to make an attack against Magnus. Short sword.
Stop coming at my boo.
No advantage. 8 points of damage. Magnus is actually starting to kind of look a little bloodied.
Does he hit with a 6?
No,
He hits with a 6?
He sure doesn't. Thank you for catching that. Appreciate that.
I've decided Seraphina's is like in love with her boss.
I was like,
so
you
like,
just came for him.
I'm
love it.
upset.
No, I like this. I like it. All right, so the skeleton is going to move around behind him as he just saw this Aarakocra kind of dive down. He doesn't really want to be next to that, so he's going to go behind Magnus. Up next is this other skeleton that's right next to TaLin. Excuse me, TaLin.
TaLin, I'm now very confused.
Yeah, I really should have. I should have thought better of that. I should. Yes, it's
Maybe
gonna
last
go to,
names.
It's gonna. No, you're just TaLin, and the other one is gonna be what is it? Wind Rider.
And Ryder.
Yes. All right. So the skeleton is gonna make another attack at you, TaLin, with its short sword, again with advantage because you're incapacitated.
Come on, keep going, buddy. Like.
A 12 is not going to hit you, despite you being laying on the ground, not moving. He's not very smart.
It glances off my armor, my leather armor.
He's going to use his movement to jump over you, and now he's going to be targeting Felicity Gearspark because he noticed after the first time he attacked you, and now the second time, like you're not moving at all, and he's confused by that.
Is she the one who designed puddles?
No, Piddles. Nope. But she does kind of look like him. Okay. It's just another gnome. They love crazy colored hair.
Oh, okay.
Just at least I like to think so.
I don't feel bad if it is her.
All right. So this skeleton below you, Knobolas, is up next. Let me get rid of this thing because that's distracting. All right. No, that's fine. All right. So he's gonna take another swing at you with his short sword, Knobolas, and maybe freaking hit something. All right. 22 to hit.
No.
For seven damage, okay. Knobolas.
Bill is way too excited about that. I hate that.
I hate when I have little minions and they just eat up time and they don't do anything. That's no fun.
We're cool with it. It's fine. It's totally cool.
All right, so this skeleton, he's going to shove his sword right into your calf, kind of like from around the side, and he's going to do 7 points of damage to you. And you just have this skull right in your face smiling at you. Breath smells pretty terrible. Up next is this wight who he had let's see, who's he gonna attack? Again, Vutha is blocking him, so he can't attack you, Alessio. So I guess he's probably going to attack Knobolas, being that he's kind of got a really good view at him. He's gonna make a multi-attack with his longbow. Which I apparently should have been doing all along, but that's okay. We'll just do this. Longbow attack. 17 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do 5 points of damage. He's going to make another longbow attack at you. He's going to pull another of these really gross-looking black arrows out of his back. 16 to hit.
Yep.
For another 8 points of damage. Okay, and he's going to take a couple of steps up. Actually, he's going to walk right next to you because he's got another...
Wow, okay, great.
He has another attack called Life Drain, which he'll plan... He's going to do it next round. Not this round, but we'll see what happens. Alicia is up next. She's going to be fighting against the skeleton here. whether she's having a little lover's quarrel at the moment or not, she doesn't necessarily want to see her husband die to a skeleton. And what she's going to do is, all right, she's going to yell at the skeleton. And she's going to say something along the lines of, how dare you attack the noble of Erngor Zuik? And she's going to use noble scorn. Which the skeleton has to make a
Oh my god.
wisdom saving throw, or he's going to have disadvantage on his next attack. Which is...
Could they have like a douchier attack, like noble scorn?
Well, she doesn't have a weapon on her because she was kind of taken by surprise. Like she wasn't just holding her weapon in the house.
So her attack is like a loud nag. Is that
it's basically like her being like, I'm better than you. You're so below me.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna tell my mother when she's bothering me, Mom, stop noble scorning me.
Noble scorning me. So
she's a mean girl.
So the skeleton's gonna have disadvantage on its next attack, and Ragnar is.
I'm putting you in my burn book.
Ragnar, on the other hand, does have a warhammer, and he is going to make an attack, actually a multi-attack. But what he's going to do... No, that's silly. All right, he's going to make 2 attacks with his dwarven warhammer. The first one's definitely going to hit for 5 points of damage, which is about half of his health. And then he's going to make another dwarven warhammer attack. These actually should be with advantage, because Alicia is yelling in his face. The 18 will hit for another
she's scoring him.
Another 4 points of damage. Okay, cool. Up next is Alessio. What are you doing?
Don't I have to save myself from his grip of death?
You do. So you need to make a strength saving throw. I believe it was 14 or better. Regal admonishment. I like that.
So the skeleton is a disadvantage because this chick is like being a bitch to him. No.
Oh, Alessio rolled a 4.
Do you still have your
No, he drank.
whiskey?
So does Seraphina, does your thing, does it let other people get advantage, or is it just you?
Let me check.
Your Tides of Chaos, I believe, is that the one that you use, or no, Bend Luck. When another creature
Bend
you can
luck,
see...
I think I can...
Okay, never mind. This is... Wait, yeah. When another creature you can see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points, that's fine, to roll a d4 and apply the number. All right, so that actually wouldn't matter.
It would still just make it an 8.
That's too bad. Okay, so at the moment you are still drowning. And...
So much fun tonight.
I'm sorry, Jason.
I don't feel like Bill rebalanced Ed being out. Like it's like low. Like there's.
I believe it or not, I really did. So there was going to be more going on, but
Oh shit.
All right, so Alessio, here's what I'm gonna do. Where's your inventory? Oh, I think I must have. Yes, that's where it is. Give me 1 sec.
I mean, in theory, I want to
just give me 1 sec.
Been...
Give me 1 sec. 1 sec.
Yeah.
All right. Shit, it went away. I'm rereading something here. Okay. We're gonna end your turn here, but we'll see what happens. Because there's really, well, you know what? You're drowning, but that doesn't mean that you're grappled, right? I believe that's what it said. Okay. So you really can't do anything. Knobolas, you're up. You got to remember, this one particular undead wants nothing but to kill you. So that is all it's trying to do. Knobolas, you're up.
Me?
Yeah. No, it wants to kill Alessio, but Knobolas, it's your turn.
Just want to make sure. I don't like how this guy just came for me, so I'd like to change my target from this little skeleton bro to this white dude.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him. Oh, sorry, no. I'm not gonna Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna what about his armor? It looks a little metallic.
He is in fact wearing metallic armor. Yes.
Great. I'd like to Shocking Grasp him.
Okay.
Nice.
Which gives me advantage.
So he's wearing studded leather, and the leather has metal studs in it. So.
All right. How do I give my? Okay, I think I figured it out. right, so I have advantage on that. 21 should hit. And
Yes,
I get
it does.
to roll a 2d8 of damage.
Roll high. All right, that will do it. The white falls dead.
Ah.
It just barely, like, you literally killed it with 12 damage. That's what it had left. So, tell me how this looks. What are you doing with these measurements?
I'm trying to figure out what would hit where. I'm deleting them now.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so Knobolas, tell me what this looks like.
I just, like, I don't know, I love the ideas of just bones just, like, crumbling. So, like, I would like to just, like, grab on his chest, like, see, like, electric waves just flow through him, and his bone just turn to dust and, like, collapse on the floor.
So don't forget that you have a hex as your bonus action. Is something that you could be doing.
But I'm out of spell slots. Can I not?
Oh, well, that sucks.
No.
Thanks. Yeah, that sucks.
You also
That's
you do
great.
have your Dark One's Own Blessing as well, which I believe you.
I looked it up, actually, it stacks. It does stack, so it's kind of nice.
Cool. All right. Anything else?
I mean, I don't want to move away from this guy. I don't want to give him an advantage attack against me, so I think I'm gonna just stay here.
Okay. All right. Up next is Seraphina. This is the longest tram ride that has ever happened, by the way.
No
She's
kidding.
been long enough for a short rest. Now all of a sudden, like,
Well,
But it's long enough for us
the
to
beginning
die.
part wasn't. Well, keep in mind that every round is 6 seconds, so it actually isn't nearly as long as it seems.
Okay, so me and my dupe move over here because we want like better vision over here. And Seraphina is worried about this fucking Vutha guy being so close to her Capitan.
Yep.
So she is going to throw another fireball that I have kept measuring over and over just to annoy everybody.
Okay.
To make sure that it would basically... I can do it in a way that it actually hits Vutha and this other stupid
Skeleton.
that's in front of Knobolas,
Basically,
but it does not hit
putting it
TaLin.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Knobolas.
All right.
And Seraphina obviously has great aim.
That sounds good to me. All right. I'll trust your
Yeah.
measurement and judgment. Go ahead and cast your fireball.
Right. I am... Oh, Jesus.
All right. So Vutha and the skeleton need to make a dexterity saving throw. All right. Let's see.
Right.
So Vutha rolls an 11, which is not going to succeed. So he's going to take the full damage. And the skeleton rolls a 5.
Oh, 5!
All right.
I like it.
How much damage is this fireball doing?
I like it when you roll it like that.
32 points of damage.
32 damage.
Wow.
Oh, this is fun.
that's awesome.
All right. So
Spellcasters are bougie, but fun.
So the skeleton is obliterated. The white is just because he was still... Actually, no, he would have disintegrated into water as well. They're both just completely gone. Vutha takes a hefty amount of damage. I'll tell you, he's looking really rough. Any one of you could probably kill him in one round, but it would be a stretch. So, anything else, Seraphina?
That is it for me.
Up next, Vutha the Drowned. Seeing the impending doom coming, he is going to continue his onslaught onto you, Alessio. I'm so sorry, Jason.
No, you're not.
We did all
I
try to
genuinely
stop
am.
him.
I don't like the idea that you haven't been able to even fight back. That's not as much fun.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Yeah,
I can't do anything, and this fucking guy keeps coming back from his head. When we're already wounded, Agnomeio's not playing,
Yes.
and he's just fucking us all up. Just
And
go
it's-
ahead, get it over with. Kill me now.
Well,
Go for
all
it.
right.
Go ahead.
So what he's going to do, he's already currently grappling you. So he's going to grab you by the neck. He's going to hold his hand in front of your face. He's going to suck all the water out of your lungs and let you get a gasping breath of air before he solidifies all the water around his fist one more time, and he's going to attempt to drown you again.
I'm sure
Just
it'll be
toying
okay.
with you. Except this time
Oh!
he does not hit with an 8, which is Oof. All right, so let's
But
see.
he rolled like poop.
Yeah, but doesn't he have like 3 more fucking attacks?
In
My
this
thing wouldn't have
in
been
this
an
case,
action.
because he got a little what do you call it, cocky and tried to drown you rather than just beating you about the head, he does not. So that was his only action, was to attempt to drown you. But you are no longer grappled. I actually honestly did not do that on purpose. I just thought it would be like really cool to take the water out of your lungs and then do it again.
Devil drown.
You know, maybe Vutha was cocky, maybe Bill was cocky. We'll see. But it sounds like you might actually get a turn, because that's going to be the end of Vutha's turn. So Magnus Stormrider is up. He's going to turn around. He's going to take an attack against the skeleton that's behind him. Let's see if he hits, which hopefully he does. 12 will not hit. Okay, that's too bad. TaLin Windrider. So TaLin Windrider is seeing your current state, and this is what I was trying to get it to you. He's going to cast Healing Touch on you. And you are going to regain, you being Alessio, you're going to regain 5 hit points. Not a ton, but it's something. And that will be the end of his turn, I believe, because he doesn't have any.
Who is that just?
So this is the Aarakocra, the bird guy. So
that's TaLin Windrider.
Yeah, he swooped down, he attacked Vutha, and then he just grabs you by the shoulder and kind of pumps some healing into you. And he's like, "Wah!" Squawk, whatever. I didn't do that well. I'll have to learn how to squawk.
Knobolas watches this, like watches them pump that healing into him, and
Thank you, Knobolas. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
He just pumps it into him. All right.
Pumps it right into him. All right, so up next is this skeleton next to Ragnar. So after Alicia just yelled at him, he's actually going to turn his focus towards her. He does still have disadvantage on his attack, but he is going to make a short sword attack with disadvantage against Alicia, who has a 10 for her. Yeah, he's going to hit her for 6 points of damage, causing her to actually get pretty close to death. She's only got 12 hit points total. So he stabs her with the short sword, and Ragnar's eyes go red, and he's none too happy. Let's see, this skeleton over next to Magnus, he's going to make his attack. This time it's going to be with advantage because Vutha is engaged with all of you here. He's going to get, what's it called, flanking. 19, that'll hit for 5. Okay. And he is going to stay where he is. Actually, no, he's going to move right directly behind you, Alessio, with his attempt to give Vutha advantage on his next attack.
What kind of skeleton has a brain? Like,
the ones that are being commanded by Vutha. Vutha, actually, so the Revenant / Vutha is actually a very intelligent. I think he's got something like 18 intelligence. 13 intelligence, but he's wise. He's got high wisdom. All right, so this skeleton is going to attempt to attack Felicity Gearspark, which is the pink-haired gnome running the furnace, with the intent of trying to stop this whole thing from moving. Stabs her right through the back for 8 points of damage, doing quite a bit of damage to her, but she's doing fine. Alicia, she is actually going to use her turn to attempt to run away. She's going to run towards you, Knobolas. She's going to get an opportunity attack against her, unfortunately, but her intent is get away from this thing towards the one guy I know is trying to help me. So the skeleton's going to make an opportunity attack. He's going to hit for 4 points of damage. She is now limping, hobbling. She's bleeding. She is really, really banged up. And Ragnar is going to attempt to save her using his Dwarven Warhammer.
I'm surprised.
Well, it might be more of a pride thing than anything. So he's going to do 8.
It feels more of a status thing.
8 points of damage to the skeleton. The skeleton falls to the ground and evaporates into water. Alessio, you are up. You have 8 points of health. You are surrounded by a skeleton and Vutha. Vutha is looking really banged up. You can see that once again the skin is starting to kind of fall off of him. He's breathing heavy. It's almost like he's having trouble keeping his body together.
Well, I'm going to try Rhyme Guy's Glacial Sting, and hopefully I could actually roll something worth of shit tonight.
All right, go for it.
Come on, Ramgeist.
An 18 will definitely hit.
Okay. Let me get my damage.
Actually, come to think of it, hold on, before you do anything else. Roll one more attack because Vutha is flanked. So you have advantage, which also means that you get sneak attack damage if you hit, which you already did hit.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
just in case this is a 20. All right. So go ahead and roll for your regular damage, and then after that you can also roll sneak attack.
Regular damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 13 points of
13
damage
already.
with Rhymegeist. So you plunge Rhymegeist into Vutha. You see the ice crystal starting to form around the stab wound, really seeming to interact strangely with his body composition, knowing that it's mostly made of water. We'll see what happens. But go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Because after Vutha's attack on you, TaLin Windrider did attack him and took his attention away from you. He also last he saw of you, you were on death's door. Suddenly you're stabbing him with his sword and it's taking him by surprise. It's under features.
I know. How come it's not? Oh, I gotta unclick that. Got it. Okay. Sneak attack damage.
You do an additional 10 points of damage to Vutha. He is still alive.
All right.
But a valiant attack. All right, you hear in your head, Alessio, you hear the voice of Rhymegeist, almost egging you on, and you see and you feel your sword that's still within Vutha, completely encrusted in ice, and Vutha is, mechanically he would be restrained. He is basically, his whole body is completely frozen to the ground. Anybody who attacks Vutha will have advantage.
Okay.
Knobolas, you're up.
All right. Well, that's a challenge. Well, first of all, I want to step in front of Alicia. Yep. Yeah. Just to kind of like protect her, shield her a bit. So I'm gonna stand. I don't want to actually move, but like I just want to like shift a little bit to stand in front of her. And then now that what's about names? This name's not showing up. The bad guy, Voltra, whatever. Vutha. Sorry. Yeah. Now that Vutha is not so close to me, I'd like to Eldritch Blast her. Him. I'm also misgenerating. I apologize.
Wow.
That's all right. All right, so you're gonna blast him with your Eldritch Blasts. Yes.
And you said I get advantage, right?
You have advantage. Yes.
18.
18 will hit. For 6 points of damage. All right, 6 points of damage. You blow one of his arms off. As it's starting to crystallize, it falls to the ground and shatters, melts into water, and evaporates. He's standing there with one arm, which is still around your neck, Alessio, just a little less tight. Because that's
more like a drunk guy, like leaning on somebody kind of thing.
Because I really got to rub it in. No. All right, so your second Eldritch Blast.
Second Eldritch Blast. 20.
A 20. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage. Oh, here we go. 13.
A 13 will not do it. He has one hit point left. Hit point left.
God. Oh, come on.
I wanted to give it to you, but Seraphina's up next. What are you doing?
All right.
Seraphina, finish him!
Sorry, apparently my duplicate doesn't have my extra thing, so I was clicked on the wrong person because having multiple of you is confusing.
I'm just gonna delete the other one for now. I'll drag it back on here. Give me a second.
If need be.
I probably shouldn't. That's fine.
Oh, I've got a cantrip that I can do. So I will use my cantrip of boop, 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 boop. Wait, is that stupid? Or should I use my burning hands?
He has one hit point left. If you hit him, he dies.
Right? Like, if I use a firebolt, it's fine, right? All right, we're going to go after him with just the firebolt. Standard.
Okay.
Wait, did it roll?
I don't know.
Sorry. I've clicked on the wrong thing. No? Why you no roll?
That's my fault. There you go. Try it again.
Okay, let me...
It's because Yep. That's fine. I'm killing the moment. It's not a big deal.
My bad. Okay, so she's like, oh, I suddenly have Firebolt. I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Attack roll. Bump.
All right.
And it's a 19. Did
That's
that
funny.
hit?
Did you notice that it like bounced off of him and hit Knobolas? Did anybody else see that?
Oh, it was on my character sheet, so I couldn't see that.
That's all right. All right. So you do 3 points of damage with your Firebolt, which is enough. So why don't you tell me how your tiny little cantrip kills this guy that... Yeah. Go ahead.
So after like a couple of fireballs before, he's like dried out enough
Ooh, I
that
like it.
now just a firebolt attacks him and he just into like a little ball of steam kind of thing.
Perfect. All right.
Oh,
So
I like the steam idea.
Vutha
Really?
evaporates in a big plume of steam, falls to the ground. Again, water dissipates everywhere. And you guys are now officially out of combat as you arrive.
Because he was in control of the skeletons, right?
He was.
So they're
Everything
gone.
everything is
Guys,
gone.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Sure. As you all arrive at the top of the tram,
Convenient.
you all you are now completely out of combat. You all arrive at the top of the tram. You climb up. You get on top of onto this ship, which is let me just describe this. So the Jewel in the Mountain Crown is a large wooden skyship with these large orange and blue orbs that are almost organic in style attached to the bottom. There's these veins of orange and blue going throughout all of the hull of the ship, as they seem to be what controls its vertical and whatever movement. You all climb aboard, and Magnus sets sail, and you start heading north away from Erngorzuk. And that will be the end of our episode tonight.
Hey, what happened to the other skeletons?
They are all dead. Oh, that one didn't die. That one's dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. All the skeletons we did. I think that was right when you went on mute. All the skeletons are dead. So, I just was trying to wrap that up real quick. So you all got onto the skyship, and you are setting sail to the north towards Kazork. Yes.
Kazork. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Sorry that was so difficult.
Holy crap.
Hey, no one died.
Yeah.
We're okay.
I will say, as you all saw, I did not pull that punch. I was trying to, you still have to be unconscious and then roll your death. Like, you had a little bit to go. But, Vutha wants you to die. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
If Vutha comes back somehow, I call shenanigans. There's no way.
All right, like he dead.
Vutha's come back twice already. That's the thing with the
Please,
Revenants. At this point, it's easy enough to put that together.
Wait, so last time Vutha drowned. How did Vutha die last time? Did we drown?
So initially,
No. He drowned initially to begin with. That's how he became this guy.
We left him on the ship to die and drown.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and then he came to you
That was
guys
me.
in the jungle,
Hard.
and then you killed him, and now he's here again. I will tell you that twice now he's emerged out of some sort of body of water. So that's something that you would
It's
have
time to get like a phobia of water. Is what they're saying.
Yes.
No more bathing.
So Alessio is never going swimming ever again.
Maybe
it doesn't matter. It's like he was on a freaking airship in a puddle, and he
Right, a puddle in an airship.
Yeah,
What the hell?
there is a skyship library that you guys brought on board. Maybe there's something in there about revenants. So
I'll leave that to
We'll have to
Well, if Tala never wakes up, she's all about that library.
When Colin stops drooling, she can read all about it.
She's like, "Ooh, library."
So I do have some good news for you guys. I almost forgot to say, and I'll have to let Agnomeio know. Now that you are on the skyship and you are out of harm's way, you will all be able to take a long rest, and you will all be leveling up to level 10. So it's a good thing that you survived, Alessio.
if you, for example, happen to be a zombie for the past couple episodes, would a long rest heal you from that?
I forgot when you. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
A long rest will heal your intellect problems. Yes.
Sweet.
So you will be back to TaLin, and Serafina will be just another member of the crew.
I forgot when you get hit or like to a certain point when you lose all your hit points. What's the?
Then you have 3 death saving.
You have 3
So
death saving.
the way it works is you are now. there's two things that can happen. Number one, if I hit you, let's say you have 100 hit points. If I hit you for 105, then you're unconscious. If I happen to hit you for 200, the idea being twice as many as your total hit points, you are dead with no chance of surviving. Like you don't roll death saving throws. But let's go for the more realistic one. That mostly happens like on lower characters. So with your 100 hit points, let's say you go down to -5, you now have to make death saving throws. So every time it's your turn, you have to roll a 10 or better 3 times before you roll under a 10 3 times. If you roll under a 10 3 times, you die. If you roll a 10 or better 3 times, you are now stabilized. The same thing as your healer's kits, but you're not conscious. So that's it. So dying, unconscious really isn't the worst thing in the world, and a single hit point of healing will bring you right back.
I know this rule well as somebody who's been unconscious quite a few times.
Yeah, it's actually been a little while since you've been unconscious, and poor Knobolas, you've got a lot of hit points. I try sometimes to target you, and it's hard. You just don't die.
Now that I've leveled up, got a good bit more. So we'll see next round.
TaLin's always just like, let me just run in and die. All right, cool. Whoops.
All right, guys. Well, we can talk all about this in the backstage about leveling up, but you're all going to go up to level 10, and next time that we rejoin, you will be on the skyship waking up the first morning of your journey. We'll just kind of fast forward. You guys got on the boat, you helped get everything going, and you set sail. You got set up in your rooms. Magnus said, you all look like shit. Take a nap. We'll talk in the morning. So that's how it works. Okay?
Rude. Okay.
You didn't hear it because you're so you're dumber than a rock.
I'm a zombie. Yeah, that's true.
You're just drooling on yourself in defiance.
Well, Seraphina has a crush on Magnus, so she was like,
apparently. I like that. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining us here on Dungeons and Drams, and thank you guys all for coming tonight. All right, have a good rest of your night, and cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.